From Significant, this is Crack It in an Hour.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Crack It in an Hour. I'm Simon.
I'm Jesse.
I'm Roman.
And I'm Biz.
And welcome to Significant Studios, round 2. It's great to be here. For those of you who know us, you know it is one problem, 1 hour to crack it once a week. And this week, I have the problem. They have no idea the problem we're going to try to crack.
Mystery.
And I'm going to hit go on the clock.
Yes.
Let's go.
I mean, listen, you guys know this about me.
Oh, boy.
I love problems that hide in plain sight. I'm a sucker for don't overthink it.
Yep.
Don't reinvent the wheel. So I'm going to talk about something that I think some of us, frankly, could use some help with ourselves.
Okay, we want names.
Do you want to hear a startling
And
stat?
receipts. Yeah.
Do you want to know a startling stat? Actually, it's about 50% of Americans don't drink enough water.
Oh, for the love of God.
I have blood labs that prove this. Yeah.
So there's many benefits to drinking water. There's drinking water and there's hydration, and they're two different things. And it's a little bit complicated, but not that complicated. But the question I wanted to ask today is, how do we get America to drink more water?
Wow.
We never talked about
No.
that?
Can you believe we've
I
never
cannot
talked about
believe
this?
we never talked about
This
it.
is
That's awesome.
such a good topic.
It's going to be so heated.
I have
I'm
so
going to
many
love
thoughts
it.
already.
Oh, yeah,
All right.
me too.
Okay, and here's the
feel
thing.
Exposed.
For those of you who don't know, some of us drink a lot of water. Some of us don't drink a lot of water. I had to bring a ton of statistics because I'm expecting heat from a few different sides for a few different reasons. I had to debunk. I had to go deep. I had to figure some
I
things
love
out.
this. I have so many questions I've never looked into.
So,
Yeah.
okay. 47% of US adults drink fewer than 4 cups of plain water.
Hold on, we have a cheater. I just want to acknowledge that
research.
I'm already checking
we
some
have
stuff.
a
It's not
cheater.
allowed?
No.
Are you checking research?
Yeah.
You can't.
We've never done that before. You can't do your own research. I brought the research.
Okay.
Yeah,
Against
I'll
the rules.
snitch. I'll
Yeah.
snitch. Yeah.
Okay, according to the CDC, pretty reputable,
Depends when, but yeah.
47% of US adults drink fewer than 4 cups of plain water per day.
Wait, say it
4
one more
cups
time.
is a
Okay,
lot.
That's
this
a
is not
liter.
research.
That's a
Can I
liter.
check? Oh, a liter. Okay.
Yeah.
4 cups is a liter.
4 cups
Okay,
is a liter.
25
Yeah,
cents. Yeah.
exactly.
They drink less than that
They drink less than that. So 4 cups.
of pure water.
Yeah. So basically, roughly half of America drinks less than 4 cups of water a day. The Mayo Clinic recommends 11.5 cups a day for women and 15.5 for men.
I think it depends on your weight, but yeah.
And size.
And it also,
Yeah.
I will caveat with that one, is from all fluids. So
Oh, okay.
keep that one, you know what I mean? Sort of thing. There are a lot of things. Basically, they can't say for sure, but they speculate that 20 to 30% of Americans are chronically dehydrated. Slightly different than drinking enough water. I want to clarify because I had to do a bunch of research on that.
Say more.
Well, dehydration means you don't have enough liquid in you. Drinking water is the best way to put liquid in you, but you can get liquid in you. You can hydrate from basically anything. This is where I had to do a ton of research.
where-
Beer hydrates you.
Beer hydrates you. It's not a good way to do hydration, but it hydrates you. Coffee hydrates you.
And how do you explain? So, getting technical, any doctor will tell you the best, easiest way to measure whether you're properly hydrated is the color of your pee.
Yeah.
How do you explain that if you drink, let's say, Coca-Cola, your pee doesn't get lighter as it does if you drink water?
I don't have research.
You
to
don't have
say
research
either
on the
way.
pee
Is that
science?
true?
No, because
I
there's
don't.
something, because there's something that doesn't, the correlation doesn't add up.
So
Yeah, you can try.
Okay.
you can
All right,
basically
tomorrow.
everything, any water, food, a lot of things, most things hydrate you unless there's like an incredibly strong diuretic effect or something like that. But like even drinking coffee or tea, it does hydrate you. It doesn't cause complete, like it doesn't dehydrate you. It hydrates you.
Yeah, okay.
You know what I mean?
It
it's
doesn't
still liquid
dehydrate
going
you.
into your system.
But so
Yeah,
are you
this-
saying
this-
there's different qualities of hydration is what you're saying?
Yeah, basically, if you want what they call is there's different qualities of hydration, and the biggest reason for that is that like water, plain still water, is the best form of hydration.
Okay.
It is putting 100% hydration into your body without anything else.
Okay.
Yeah.
What about electrolytes?
No, it doesn't put electrolytes into your body. Water
No, but I
doesn't
mean,
have
like, what about
electrolytes.
adding like electrolyte powders to your water?
So
It-
again,
it does something different than hydration, but
yeah,
it does something.
it does
Okay.
something different than
Okay.
hydration. It has beneficial effects, but it doesn't dehydrate you. It doesn't
Got it.
take away
Okay.
from the effect of water.
Okay.
It's like if I put sugar in water, I get water plus calories. You know what I mean? Like it's
Yeah.
not like I lose the power of water. I still get the water, but I'm getting other stuff in it.
Got you.
And the problem with getting other stuff in it is that eventually I'll put myself in as a perfect example is I did a lot of research into it. Soda water, because I drink a lot of soda water, it hydrates you the same as water. It's just terrible for your teeth. So
yeah, and there
like,
was a
and
there
your-
was
and
a
your gut a little bit
there was
too,
a
right?
myth for a
Yeah.
while that like
it didn't
bubble
hydrate
water
you.
didn't hydrate
does.
you, but
Yeah.
it does.
It hydrates
yeah.
you the same as water. It's just bad for
Yeah.
your enamel and all
Yes,
sorts of
it
other
is.
things because it
is
has
bad.
Yeah.
carbonic acid, I think it's called.
I mean I buy it because if all liquid didn't hydrate you to
Right.
some degree, I'd be dead.
Yeah.
100%.
sure.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like
for sure.
100%. I'll
Yeah.
easily go 2 days without drinking water.
Yeah.
I would be dead.
Exactly. So there's a lot of really interesting things about the culture of water that I wanted to
If,
kind of
if
talk
other
about.
liquid wasn't hydrating.
What's in your water bottle? You have that on you at all?
I know, but have you ever seen me take
No,
a
keep
sip
talking.
from it?
Sorry.
No.
I carry it around and it's full of water and I forget to drink it. And then it will take me like 4 or 5 days to drink that one bottle of water.
You should just get like a Labubu instead.
Carry
Like,
that
it's
around.
just an accessory. Like,
It's an accessory.
You're
Well,
not drinking water
okay,
from
but
it.
the
Get
thing
something
about-
cool to carry around.
Well, we don't have to talk about my hydration right now. Go on. You have
Sugar
something to
is
say.
one thing in the liquid that
Affects hydration.
massively.
Did you just look that up on your phone?
I was 100% sure, but I
Yeah.
had to verify because it seemed like the research said otherwise.
Yeah.
But sugar, like Coca-Cola, for example,
It's bad.
there's so much sugar
Yeah.
that it completely dilutes the effects of hydration
Right.
because sugar actually dehydrates you.
And that's the thing.
So
it's
it's
like,
like it
there's-
counterbalances it.
when they talk about good hydration, what they're talking about is as close to water as possible.
Yeah.
Basically.
So
Cool.
beer is actually pretty close.
This beer. I love this beer.
No, but generally
So much.
speaking, beer, there's a lot of water in
Okay,
beer.
but
Yeah,
so
it's true.
And no
why
sugar.
don't
Yeah.
people drink water?
Well, this is the interesting thing. So
Enough of the science.
there's a few facts around it, and I want to actually talk about a few things. One is bottled water, is now the number one beverage in the United States. It surpassed soda in 2017. So bottled water is way on the way up compared to historically where it had ever been. However, tap water is way down.
Okay.
Now, what's interesting about that is there was a study that revealed that there was 2 studies, and they were actually at pretty strongly different numbers. But anywhere from one study said 25% or more, and one said 64% said of bottled water was actually just filtered tap water.
Yeah.
Mhm.
In
Oh, yeah.
America.
In the
Totally.
US.
You know what
Yeah,
I mean? So
totally.
basically, like even bottled water, generally
It's an
speaking,
illusion
it's just pouring tap water through a Brita filter.
Totally. Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know what I mean?
Yeah.
Sort of
Yeah.
thing like that.
into plastic.
Here's the thing. We are actually better than we used to be. We are actually better than we used to be. Historically speaking, there's not a lot of research on this going way, way back because this isn't something that we used to track or care about because people just drank water from the tap and that was that. Tap water is way down. Bottled water is way up. Generally speaking, we are drinking more water than we did before. The story behind like Stanley cups and all of those sort of things, I was like, well, this is interesting. Like, wouldn't that cause culture to suddenly start drinking more water? It created awareness of water drinking. It didn't raise water consumption.
That's interesting.
Interesting.
Yeah. So there's sort of this culture of it. And then the other thing that happened too with
The culture of water.
bottled water is the main reason people think people stop drinking tap because now it was like, well, this one's alkaline. This one has additives.
All that bullshit.
I need to drink this stuff. I can't drink tap water. Tap water is dangerous. Another thing that really hurts tap water is like when like the Flint water crisis happens or something like that, everyone goes public water equals that, when even in like every region basically runs water completely differently from the other one. So there's no understanding that like it has nothing to do with the other. So I've talked a lot. I have other statistics, I promise. How do we get people to drink more water?
Oof.
10 minutes of briefing on the subject is a record. We've never.
I got more too.
We've never gone that deep, you guys.
It's a weird problem because I thought it was going to be more,
because it's full of myths.
It's full of myth.
Yeah.
Everyone basically like water. The perception of water is weird right now. Is very weird right now.
I don't know if it's weird. I think it's what you said about there is more awareness that there's ever been that it's important to drink water.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I wouldn't call it weird. It's
That's
evolved.
good.
It's evolved for sure. But
I think the thing that I find most curious in the extreme era of health and wellness that we are in as an entire, as a commercial business, as a lifestyle, as a culture, how water did not rise up with that. Because it feels like the most fundamental part of health and wellness. And I say that as somebody who's fairly into health and wellness, but does not drink any water. And I think it's kind of mind blowing to me, although I could sort of see what may have happened, which is something we have talked about before, which is it was beneficial to many people to make health and wellness seem far more complicated than it actually is.
Yes.
And instead it's just like, hey, if you like get some steps in, like exercise, get good sleep, you know how I feel about sleep, but get good sleep, drink some water, you're going to be pretty good.
Eat a
but
vegetable.
it wasn't, eat a vegetable, but it wasn't, it was, businesses became incentivized to make it no, you need these electrolytes. No, you need this with alkaline. You need this thing. But it is just interesting to me that like for as much as we obsess about fitness and wellness and holistic wellness, that water didn't rise up with everything else.
Well, can I make go ahead. Sorry, Roman.
no, I think it's one of those where it's, the population is hyper segmented, because I cannot believe that it didn't rise up in a segment of the population that we evolve in, like privileged people who have a job and go to an office. If you look like in offices between 2015 and today, you go anywhere in corporate America, anywhere. It's not even a coastal thing. You go to Chicago, you go to
Water
the
coolers.
percentage of people who carry their their bottle around is insane.
Yeah, but
And I cannot compute the fact that this didn't augment consumption for those people.
Yeah, but
and
I
this
think-
is just a small segment of the population.
But I think what Simon is saying, which is going to be a hard thing for us to prove through this conversation, is water awareness and water visibility does not necessarily equal consumption. I carry a water bottle around all day and never drink
What
from it.
I'm saying is I question the data if you start segmenting the population.
Sure.
Meaning like there's this massive chunk, maybe that actually went down. There's a chunk probably that stabilized, and there is a chunk that likely went up. And because we see it in a certain like privileged segment of the population, it's changed. People not only talk about it, but they do change consumption. Similar to like a big other parts of the health and wellness culture.
Maybe.
I guess, but I wonder how much of it's all just a show.
That's the thing is,
the cool water bottle is just athleisure, or
It's not cool.
well, the other thing.
Oh, I disagree.
How dare you?
When everybody started, I mean,
but I mean, it's something, right? If you're paying $30, $40, $50 to a container of water that you carry around, it says something.
I think part of it too, a big part of that was anti-plastic bottle. It was
100%.
Totally. It was
anti-waste.
an environmentalism.
Because
Yeah.
a tale
That's
as
a good
old as
point.
time is the water cooler talk, all that sort of stuff. Water consumption. I could see a world very, very easily, very directly where we've been consuming roughly the same amount of water, but where we get it from is changed. And now it's like we bring reusable bottles everywhere we go rather than going to the giant plastic water bottle
Get a
that
couple
we
of
all
mini
just
cups.
pour. Yeah. And then
Yeah.
you just hang out there and drink it. You know what I mean? Like, I don't think that is as far-fetched to me
Maybe.
as the idea.
That's the
And
answer.
also with the decline in consumption of tap water. Like as tap water has declined, which is also something that like, again, I'm not,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah, I don't know
maybe-
if like a water machine is considered tap or not, because that also has
Right.
bubbled up everywhere
it's a
in
good
airports,
question.
in offices,
Yeah.
with like the millions of people carrying that around all day. I don't know.
Mhm. Mhm.
Romain, what was so water were less hydrated in America? Was that the first initial steps?
We're not like as far. I looked into it. So of the data I can find, we're about 1 liter a day. Germany is about 1.5. Good for Germany. Japan's about 1.2. Mexico in general has higher total fluid intake, but more from just different drinks, and it's a hotter
Okay.
climate. So I imagine that
You just
attributes
drink
to
more,
it. And
yeah.
You know what I mean? So it was tough to find
Soda.
sort of like benchmarks compared to other things.
When did ours go down? Do you know?
I
was
don't know
was
exactly when
okay.
it went down. There was some statistics around sort of like who's drinking less of it and that sort of thing as well. Like we found some things like basically it's water consumption is especially poor in younger adults, people born outside the US, and then racial and ethnic minority groups.
So I'm just trying to remember all the stats. So people are drinking less water, but we don't know if they're actually less hydrated. Do we know if people are?
I'm kind to your point, I'm kind
Yeah.
of using two
Okay.
topics and conflating them a little bit.
Okay.
Because like you could make the argument Mexico's very well hydrated, but they're just not drinking as much water.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They're drinking other frankly, they're drinking a lot of sugary
But we're
drinks.
trying to
Basically,
get-
you want us to get
I
people
want
to
to
drink
focus
water.
on the purest form of
Drinking
hydration.
people to drink water.
Just
How do we
water.
drink
Okay,
water?
okay,
You know what I
okay.
mean? Because we
Yeah.
know that's good for us.
Yeah.
I got a whole
Why?
thing about benefits. Oh my God. I'm so glad you asked. Okay, let's go. It starts with better brain function, more stable energy, cardiovascular and physical performance, joint, muscle, and tissue support, digestion, appetite, gut health, mood, emotional regulation, skin, and physical comfort. So those are just a few.
Physical comfort.
Basically life.
Yeah. Okay.
I told you, I knew I was going to get heat on this one from both sides, and I feel like I've already gotten it.
I just like wonder what kind of functioning adult I could be if I actually
A superhuman.
If you slept and drank water.
Imagine Jesse hydrated. That's a
hydrated,
dynamo.
well slept, and like actually proper vitamin B. You guys, that would
Let's
be.
go.
I don't know if we're ready.
No,
Honestly.
I'm pretty sure that I was made this way to be just regulated.
Yeah.
Because I think it would
Yeah,
be too
yeah.
much.
Yeah, as your employee, please just don't
Stay
sleep.
dehydrated.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, here's an interest. Can I point out something interesting about this one, which is what makes this one so vexing, if you will.
Good
Okay.
word.
Is a lot of the times we're like, how do we make it popular by making it cool?
Mhm.
Stanley already attempted that.
Yeah.
Didn't actually help the problem. And then wellness kind of did the whole, why don't we make it a part of wellness, which often works for a lot of other things. Did not work for water, to your point.
I think I was just about to say something that I realized was going to sound out of context. It would sound crazy. But I think we need to just make people thirsty again. But
You're so right.
no, but for real,
Because
like
it all comes down to behavior.
100%.
Yeah.
Because
It's
you're-
not about brand. It's about
not
behavior.
about brand. It is about behavior. And I
Yeah.
think that what you said is 100% true. Like it's already been made cool, right? You got
Yeah.
Awala bottles, Stanleys, all the like
Yeah.
cool, whatever.
Even the
You-
branded water, smart water, the plastic
you
bottles.
have
Yeah.
functionality, right? There were a lot of water bottles that came out that had like weird little like meters built into
Yeah,
them to
totally.
like almost nudge you to drink more water. There were ones that came with apps. Like you had all of that, literally.
Totally.
You had all of that. You have like people who are aware of the benefits. Like I think educating people
They already know.
is not going to help do
everyone
anything.
knows they
so
need
you
to drink more water.
you gotta make people thirsty. I think
Okay.
that's the only way.
This is really interesting. That's a great start. Let me take you back to a simple snack that people used to have in bars.
Peanuts.
Exactly.
Feed the world peanuts.
That was how they got people to start drinking beer more,
100%.
right? It was put peanuts in the bar.
Yeah, I'm sure. Sure. You're gonna get people dehydrated to have them drink more water. At
And
the
then
end of the day, you're gonna get to the same level of hydration. But to your point,
that's
we're
not
not trying to get people hydrated.
Yeah.
Trying to them so we
You're
can
right.
cheat our way through it.
Right.
And
We
be
don't
like-
want to do that.
and be like,
That's a
just
good point.
Get them to do like IVs of sugar in the morning, and then for sure at some point they're gonna be drinking water in the day. That's gonna happen. You see what I mean?
Roman's noble. Roman's got a noble cause he
I
wants to
know.
help achieve.
It's
that-
unnecessary.
But that's most people though, right? They start their day with like an insane amount of sugar, salt, like
coffee.
yeah.
Yeah, but then
You're making the argument it's already been done.
Yeah, but then
That's what I'm saying.
maybe.
Like what's the
But then we go back to the segmentation of the population because Simon did just say a few minutes ago that it's an even bigger issue in lower income.
Mhm.
Young adults and people new to the country.
So then it's a different thing.
Totally.
Making people thirsty, I think, is fun. I think it's going to definitely solve the intake of water. Maybe not hydration.
You bring up a good point. And I bet you with a lot of lower income and stuff like that, they have jobs that require hydration more, frankly.
Yeah, probably.
You know what I mean? Or they become dehydrated
and there
more
might
quickly.
be less awareness there. I mean, which is what you said. So it's a different thing with different.
Young adults
audiences.
is an interesting one though, because I assume like that's right in that like Stanley target.
Well, I think
You know
one
what
of
I
the
mean?
things that's very true is we have more drinks have become very, very popular in like young adults and I would say even like teens, right? Like beverages as a category has really exploded.
Yeah.
If you think about even where Starbucks started to sort of, I would say almost
100%.
invent the like refresher kind of drink
The
category.
cooler.
And now you
Totally.
have
Yeah.
My
you have-
5-year-old wants Starbucks.
Totally. And
Yeah.
you have more options. Like I wish I had the number on how many types of beverages existed 15 years ago versus
my God.
today.
Yeah.
And I think that's part of the problem. It's like, we had water, juice, soda,
Pick
coffee.
one. Yeah.
I'm, oversimplifying,
Totally.
but water, juice,
Yeah.
coffee, soda. And now it's like lemonade, iced tea, refreshers, all
of
energy
it.
drinks, all
Yeah.
of it. And so
Kombucha,
I think it's
sparkling juices, sparkling whatever. Yeah,
like
Yerba.
Gatorade competitors, like energy,
Totally.
not energy drinks, but like electrolyte drinks,
drinks,
sports drinks. So, and I think back to your point about myth, a lot of those things do promise hydration. And so I think it's sort of, I mean, again, I'm going to stick to the problem of get people to consume more water, but I think the crisis of choice is part of the problem.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And I don't know yet how to solve that.
Mhm. But also
Yeah, that's a
Bracket.
good point.
I was just gonna say pleasure too. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? Like it's not pleasurable in the moment unless you're like really thirsty to
Yeah.
drink water, but it is pleasurable to drink all those options that you're
Totally.
talking
You
about.
guys want to hear something weird?
But it's like sports. It's like endurance sports.
Totally.
It's when you start doing it at the beginning, you're like, I will never enjoy this. And then you realize the pleasure you're getting from doing it after the fact.
Yeah.
And then at some point you get hooked and you can't do it without it. It's the same.
Hooked on water.
It
Yeah.
is the same mental journey.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
You need to
So-
go through a midlife crisis before you start drinking water.
What
or
if you treat
something.
it
when
like an
people run.
addiction?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like try to build a water addiction, a positive addiction.
So but do you think it's going to have cause look, there's like endorphins connected to endurance sports and stuff like that. I don't know if you're going to get water drinking, there's no water drinking high.
Yeah, you need to.
There's no high, but there's a low. Then you start having headaches that you didn't have before.
Because you're not hydrated enough.
Yeah.
You do feel better, like you're greased up. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? You sleep a
Yeah.
little better.
Yeah.
You feel a lot less like bogged down.
It's never happened to me.
But it's just,
You don't know the other side, Jesse.
No, because twice a year I get really thirsty and I drink a lot of water. And
Why does that feel like a bad like comedy from 2002 or something? Like,
This also feels like you're like a camel. You're like, all right,
Yeah.
I'm going through the Sahara. I gotta load up on water. I gotta put them into my humps,
You drink-
and then I'm gonna like make it through the next 3 months, and then I'll have another water load
No,
coming up.
I'm
I don't, when you said that, I don't know. Do you guys remember that movie Bubble Boy? For some
Yes.
reason, it's different topics, but that's like the genre
Yes.
movie that popped in my
yes,
head.
but I think I am a camel.
Yeah.
You guys want to hear something crazy? When I finish a long run, like if I go for a long run, I come home and I immediately drink a soda water. I don't drink water.
Yeah,
I don't know.
That's not
I don't
that
know where
crazy.
that goes, but anywho,
But why?
how do we solve this, guys?
Is it because you like the bubbles? Like
I
what?
just like soda water a lot.
Okay,
I
that's
think
just-
it's a
you just-
fantastic
yeah.
product.
Yeah.
Extra
great.
crisp.
How are
Yeah.
your teeth doing?
Terrible. I have to get a wisdom tooth removed. I was like, I thought they already did
At
that. They're like, yeah, we
26?
did. They're like, yeah, but you're 26. It's a bummer.
All right. Water everywhere.
Okay, we're getting lost.
Yeah.
I don't know how we get people to drink more water.
Well, you brought up the honestly, basically what you said was get people addicted and then
Yeah.
make withdrawal so painful that they keep drinking.
how do people get into endurance sports?
That's why crisis something.
Yeah, slowly.
Yeah,
But that's a very good point.
Yeah, or something like really dramatically shifts in their life, big
Yeah.
health scare, grief, breakup, something.
Yeah.
And they're like,
Age,
I
yeah.
just need to go
Make a
something
change.
I need
terrible
to do an
becomes
Ironman.
soothing.
I mean,
yeah.
I also, I
Yeah.
mean, I think a lot of those endurance, like really hardcore endurance sports, there's a sense of, I find a lot of times people with addictive personality are really glom onto them. Like I know personally in my life, people who were alcoholics or had something else that suddenly
Totally.
when they changed so 180 but they made it their life.
I think that used to be the core, but it's now the fringes. Because
You
like
think so?
endurance has become like way more mass than it used to be. And we talked about it a bunch of times.
Interesting.
Like even like, because I agree with you, Biz, many people like have going through something, whether it's a dramatic thing or even just like midlife,
Whatever,
trying to
yeah.
reinvent. But for the younger people, like I don't have the numbers, but I would be ready to bet money on the fact that more 20 to 25-year-old
Are-
run today
yeah.
than 20 years ago.
Well, this is
And-
interesting because, and I don't know where this thought goes, but it was a random thought based on what you just said, which is that like part of the thing about endurance sports is I do think there's like a badge to it.
It's the showing off.
It's the showing
Yeah.
off. And I'm like, can you attach that to water consumption?
Yeah.
Just thinking crazy for a
Strava
second.
for
Well,
water.
okay,
You think
there's
it's just a showing off? Because there's
No,
there's
it's not
still
just,
there's still an
but I
individual
think that's a
effort that
part
needs to
of
go
it.
into it. That happens solo for most
Yeah,
people.
but the
right?
the spark of the behavior, right?
Yeah.
The thing that
Yeah.
makes you
Yeah,
want to
okay.
start. You can show it off on Strava. You can now have very cool outfits. Like
Yeah.
it's a different thing than jogging 15 years ago.
yeah, totally.
Up
Where you
here,
were.
I think,
Like it's a different vibe now.
I think what's interesting is the version of that right now with water, like the fringe example, is actually more alienating than it is aspirational, which is like the people who carry around like a 5-gallon like jug of, gym
My
bros
water-
mostly,
Also,
but like
that's
the-
also
gallon of
like,
gym bros.
why do you?
yeah, but my point is like you're talking about the fringe. It's insane, I think.
it's
but,
funny.
But I
My
think
mom carries around when she's 75. I'm like, Mom, you don't need like a 5-pound bag of water all the time when you're walking around.
Two
Like,
birds, one stone. She's doing some strength training. It's
5
good
kilos.
for her at that
Yeah.
age. It's great.
okay, bags of water though.
Yeah.
That's you got me there.
That's very Canadian.
No, but I think it's interesting is you're talking about the I forget how you worded it, Biz, but it's sort of like there's a badge to it and it's on the fringe, which makes it aspirational to other people. But the fringe water drinkers right now are sort of that's not an aspirational
most
thing.
extreme.
Like the
Yeah,
most
yeah, yeah.
extreme is sort of like an uncool thing
Yeah.
more so than like other categories where the fringe is something you aspire to.
But-
go ahead.
I was gonna say, always the biggest driver, and Jesse, you're gonna love this, but it's like, does it make you hot?
Don't
and
I
that's
know
part of the
it?
thing with like running and exercise, right? Is it
I
makes
know.
you like more conventionally hot. Drinking a
does
lot
water.
of water makes
Water
you
makes
hot.
you hot. Yeah.
We'd have to like close the gap somehow between the consumption of it and the lasting effect of it on your hotness.
That's the
It's
thing
not
that,
as,
that
like,
Jesse
there's not
also
as much of a
always
symbol.
talks about is our inability as humans to get into something that's just a little far away in the future or not measurable immediately.
Totally.
And I think the gym is fairly quickly measurable.
Yeah.
The endurance is pretty quickly like visible.
Yeah.
But the water,
Yeah.
Even,
Let's talk
wait, can I say one thing
Sure.
on that, which is even with the gym, even if you don't see even if it takes, let's say 4 weeks to begin
Yeah.
to see a
That's-
result, whatever, 3, 2, it doesn't matter, couple weeks, your very first time going, you wake up sore the next day. And the soreness is like this feeling that sits with you. Even if you haven't seen a change yet in the mirror, there's something physical that you're like, it's happening.
I love
like
that
I'm
feeling.
doing.
Yeah.
I love that feeling.
But
I
it's
accomplished
motivating.
something.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
motivating.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
so even because you're right, of course, like people are not motivated by like, yeah, if I stick with this water routine, like I'm gonna, my skin's gonna clear up and it's gonna be great. But there's nothing that like reminds you you're on the path in the meantime while you're waiting for the result to show up.
You said something. You said nothing reminds you you're in the path. I'm going to point a lot now. You said nothing reminds you you're in the path, and you said measurable. And let me ask you this, which is, if the Apple Watch had something that could tell you what percentage hydrated you are, would that change everything?
I'd be like, shut the hell up and leave me alone.
It would a little bit though, right? Because then it becomes something to badge.
Yeah.
You then suddenly
Yeah.
like Strava, like other metrics, like will it have lasting effect? Probably not, but it creates a surge, right? In behavior where suddenly it's something to show off.
Right.
do you think people are walking more since the Apple rings?
Well, that became a thing initially when it came out,
Completing
right?
your rings.
I completed my
Totally.
rings, and it was
It's
like
very
both the
short-term,
badge
right?
of like, yeah, I had the thing.
But then that
also-
turned into like hot girl walks.
yeah, the 10K challenges, all those things.
All that started, you think, with like
The data, the
So you're
having
saying,
the data.
Yeah.
yeah.
You're
that's
saying
for sure.
data and
Yeah.
measurability, it'll cause a little spike, but it's not going to solve the problem long term.
No, there's something. There's something around like the behavior of it because it's so sort of like benign.
It
Do
is.
you know what I mean? Like with the exercise, there's friction there. You're overcoming something. With a delicious drink, there's not friction. It's the opposite. It's pure
Pleasure.
indulgent. It feels
Yeah.
good. And there's something about drinking water where it's just like in the moment, there's nothing that's either low or high about it. Do you know what I mean?
It's so
It's base
interesting
level.
because
It's
I
baseline.
think
yeah.
I think there is I'm not going to say everybody, but for many people, there is a general desire as humans to suffer like a little bit.
Yeah.
And part of that is some people because they want to be martyrs about something, but some people it's because of exactly what you're saying, because then it gives you friction to overcome.
It shows progress.
And I mean, that's just kind of the human nature, but there is no
evolve.
to evolve,
Yeah.
to exceed an expectation, to achieve a challenge or overcome an obstacle, any of those things. And so there is there is almost not enough friction because you can solve the problem. You can mask the problem through so many other liquids.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is interesting because now you're going down a different path. And where my head goes when you say something like that is, in order to get people to drink more water, we need to get them to exert.
Like I said, make people thirsty.
Yeah. Well, so when I took thirsty as peanuts, but now where my head goes to is the only way to solve making people drink more water is to get them more active.
Totally.
be.
I mean, that's why I said at the beginning, I'm a little surprised. Like I would think about how many people started running in the last 3-4 years.
Do we have any stats around that? Because it's come up a few times now.
I don't know. I'm not allowed to check.
You can. I mean, I did recently see a fascinating chart about like the number of people participating in marathons, like the
It's
massive
through the roof.
massive
Yeah.
numbers.
I'm sure we have the data
And so
with like all
I know
the
that
trackers.
I feel confident it's a fact.
I believe you. And I believe you too. That wasn't a challenge.
I'm with you.
Don't challenge me, Simon.
It kind of was, but
Yeah.
we can settle that later.
I will prove myself correct. But I mean, yes, when I said make people thirsty, I was thinking in all the ways, but then I think about, well, why wouldn't water consumption be on the rise with running? You would think running made everybody thirsty, but then I go back to, but you can drink Gatorade, you can drink all of these other drinks.
And I think that the running numbers are too small
to change
the overall US population thing.
Yeah.
But like, what's Biz? You said something that's been like, I don't know what to make of it, but that's really true. It's like when you drink water, the moment of drinking, it's a neutral thing. It's benign. It's like it's not a
problem solved with no high or no low.
Not even problem solved. It's like sometimes you just drink water and it's like it's not no high, no low, no good, no bad, no nothing. Is there anything else in our daily lives that's like that?
Sleep.
Yeah, I was going to say this feels very
similar.
Sleep.
I love sleep.
When you're asleep, you're unconscious. You have no idea what you're
the
feeling.
feeling of
sleep. Yes.
Getting to sleep.
For most people, the relationship to sleep is a relief.
And
right? It's
also,
like you get to bed, you lie down, you're like, oh.
That's true.
And if you've had bad sleep for a few days and you have a good sleep, you're like,
okay,
that was
anything else with a neutral experience?
Breathing.
I don't mean exactly.
No,
you know what I mean? Like,
early on,
exactly.
I was thinking about Headspace.
Yeah.
Because it's a very similar thing with like sort of the meditation, right? It's sort of really benign. There's a little bit more of the like struggle into it.
Yeah.
But I guess breathing is closer to that. But it's kind of this like, basically meditation is you just have to sit alone in a room with
try not to
nothingness.
think about stuff, but also kind of think about stuff, but the right stuff.
Yeah. And like it's similarly, there's not like a sort of symbol for it that you can badge. So they had to do it through kind of the gamification of it, but then also it has a similar effect of like, you notice it when people are doing it often for a long time, you notice it in very subtle ways, similar to hydration. Do you know what I mean? Like you can't explain it, but they look a little less tired today, or they look a little less red or whatever it is. You know what I mean? You're just like, have you been drinking water? You know, like it's a little bit of a like,
okay,
have you been meditating?
Okay, but that's interesting too, is the recognition from other people.
Have you been drinking water?
Yeah.
I think that's
okay, that I actually think would work really well, because anytime, like,
you've been drinking water.
Have you been working out? Have you lost weight? Have you like, have you been getting more sleep? These are things I've heard plenty of like people say to each other.
Yeah.
I think that it's not so much about the cool factor, but the recognition is plenty to keep somebody going, even if they're not feeling it themselves.
I think Biz just cracked the
100%.
gut milk of water.
I was going to say got milk of water.
This is the gut milk of water.
Woo!
Like if the Water Board of America needs help.
I don't know about that.
The Water Association, sorry.
Thank you. No, but that is interesting, because I think that's very solvable. You know what I mean? That's a comms strategy, essentially.
It's bumper stickers.
Hire a bunch of like water ambassadors to just walk around and be like, have you been drinking water?
Yeah.
Good. Have you been drinking water?
You
I'm
mentioned,
like, no,
you mentioned,
you should say that to the dog grooming place. In response.
Yeah, exactly.
you mentioned Headspace. So I want to go back to that really quickly. I love, have you been drinking water?
So good.
But something that also, like I have Headspace, and I think the thing that they did that was very genius too was,
when was the last time you used it?
December.
Oh, good.
Okay,
Good.
It's been it's been
Roman
a
was really
while.
trying to call you out there.
I
And
know.
I'm just checking because I have a theory that and
It is. I'll be honest with you. I go
different topic.
I go wildly in and out of it.
Yeah.
But the thing I think that they also do a good job of, besides badging it, is that they'll go like, take this course, it's 10 sessions. And so it's like, okay, that's kind of like in the realm of an amount of time, 10 days, I can do that. But it's also long enough that I'm assuming they know you'll be able to see results. And when I start to think about how we get people into the habit of drinking that water, you know what I mean? Like 10 days is kind of like a lovely timeline for it, and making it simple. Like the way I usually do Headspace, to be perfectly honest, is like I repeat the intro levels because they're
Yeah.
like 5 minutes long and
Yeah.
that's perfect. And I'll just do that. And that's great. And then I'll like get through 3 of those intro levels. And I'll be like, cool, back to level. I won't go all the way back to level 1, but like back to level 2
Yeah, the
sort of thing.
gamification of it.
And then it's like, but it gives me a very simple way. Like I don't want to jump ahead or lead the witness or anything, but like, is there something like that? Is there building structure into it or something like that beyond just a 3-liter bottle?
I think the
carry around?
structure, because I think that has happened with water. Like I think it's been gamified. Like I said, bottles have been created to like all kinds of like technology baked into them to like help you, keep up with it. I think it's the neutral feeling and the lack of either personal progress or external recognition that will be the thing. I really do think Biz cracked it, at least at like an idea, a strategic level. And then, like you said, it's a comms go to market conversation from there, because first of all, a few episodes ago, Simon, you told us it takes 66 days to build a habit,
That's
not
true.
even 21. For the love of God, I've got to go for like 3 months now. So like, I think that, I'm really, wow.
Drink more water.
No, this is just, you be quiet. I don't do the math around here. Anyway. But 2 months is a long time to have no, like, I don't think that you'll stick with a habit, even if it's gamified, if you're not getting some sort of external kind of reinforcement.
You think so?
I think that's one way in for sure. I think the external reinforcement or recognition, it plays into your hot strategy that you love across everything that I think could work for many things.
People are vain.
I wonder if there's an opposite. I don't know what the solution is, but the reason I asked the question about is there anything else that you can do that's benign is like it's kind of a utility. How do you market a utility?
Well, I think I think that you could speak to its benefits through certain moments too. Like if we know it's good for brain function, bad low hanging fruit idea is around midterm time on colleges. You kind of put out a want to do better this year, drink water report, and you have people kind of see that water consumption does actually help you with your tests. I don't know how viable that is, but there are ways to do it other than, you know what I mean, outside validation. Yeah. I think potentially.
It's far too logical, but
maybe
it is. And then that's not,
no,
I'm not suggesting like that's
the utility thing. I can't find a solution. I don't know how you market a utility that's in a way that's really interesting. Yeah.
Cause with that, my head goes to play. There's like the occasion of it, which I think is helpful, of like moments to get, it has to become vain, at least in this culture.
Do you think it has to?
Because of like, we're kind of in a deficit of interesting with water intakes. We kind of have to shoot it up.
Yeah.
I think
that's interesting.
And like, so to your point on the college, it's like, it's an advantage somehow, whether that's sport or it's professional life or it's education. I also like, maybe it's ritual. I don't know. I mean, like we beverages are very like, they're usually around a meal, a time of day. Like, I'm kind of curious. I'm really bad at drinking water throughout the day, but I'm pretty decent at drinking like almost 1 liter within like an hour in the day. And I don't know how that affects hydration, but like if you could just get people around a certain time to have it become a part of the ritual in the same way that like coffee or tea is, like maybe that would
you pick a
be
moment.
An intro. Yeah. I don't know.
Yes.
Yeah,
I think the ritual, the moment is 100% a thing. I mean, I think there was I still wouldn't work for me, but I do think people were trying to lean into that a little bit with like, you should wake up and the first thing you should do is drink like, I don't remember how much, but
half a liter. Yeah.
Half a liter of water.
Or 30, maybe a cup.
Maybe so much though.
I think it's a little over a cup.
Yeah,
I don't know, whatever.
But other cultures do that
totally.
quite a bit, right? Like, I mean, lemon and water in the morning.
Yeah.
Like it's a thing.
I think part of Go ahead, sorry.
I have another possible solution, which is, okay, we've been talking about feeling like you've feeling progress, feeling something. I think one of the other things is like sense of accomplishment, which is very motivating for people.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, when you talk about the statistics of like, you're supposed to drink a liter a day, whatever. And like, I'm like, you know, think about people who don't drink water. That sounds like insane. Small cups, small water bottles. There's something about when you, like, if you have a big bottle
100%.
and if you feel like you're drinking that and you never finish it, it actually, when I go to a restaurant and they have a cup of water there, if it's a big cup, I drink literally this much of it and never. When I go to a restaurant and they have those little itty bitty cups and I'm like shooting water like shots, and maybe that just says something about me, but it's like, really, I'm not joking. I know it sounds absurd to be like sense of accomplishment. I drank this whole glass of water, but it's like you drink way more liquid when the thing is small, and there are no like tiny water bottles or smaller cups.
Wired for more.
I think it's actually this is cultural in the US. The glasses are bigger because everything's bigger in America. But you go to Europe, you get a dinner table.
I drink so much more water.
A glass of water is a small glass. But the
small glasses.
The thing that we talked about in the New Year's resolution episode was like, make it small steps. Stop having to think
a
that
liter a day.
You gotta switch to 0 to like 2 liters a day, or like whatever your body weight is, and whatever. You weigh like 180 pounds, so you got to drink like whatever 3 liters. That just start with a glass of water in the morning and a glass of water every meal. If you start from 0, just change the perception for all of those big changes that you got to go from 0 to 100 overnight. And that's part of what you're saying. It's like a glass of water.
I think that there's the progress, which I agree with, but also I do think the one way to bake in a feeling of benefit is to create an actual physical accomplishment by reducing the amount per. But I agree.
Yeah. And another thing
a glass a day. I could have a glass of water a day.
Was Simon's favorite thing early on in the pod is like gamify the shit out of it.
Yeah.
And so if you combine all those things, small steps, small quantities, gamification.
Plus, have you been drinking water today?
You probably have something that's going to start creating change slowly but surely amongst the people who don't drink any water.
Yeah, if you could do a subscription to that point, and it was 30 little glass bottles that said daily water, and it was 10 ounces, and it was always there for you, and you just had to drink your, and it's maybe it slowly got bigger.
That's you'd have me.
That's
that.
And it was like beautiful.
Monday,
and
Tuesday, Wednesday. It's like the underwear.
Like your pills, like your little pill.
Exactly. I'd be like, well, it's my Monday water. Totally.
Well, I mean,
put
like,
it in a cute
but this
shape.
is for people who already want to drink more water.
Like, that's interesting now, because now what you're talking about is, do we need to trigger want before we can even get people?
I think there's an awareness issue in certain areas, certain populations, and I do think triggering want is a big thing, because the gap between want and action isn't that complicated in this situation.
It's not. You're right.
No, I don't agree. I don't agree.
You disagree?
Like we're in America, tap water is basically you can drink it pretty much anywhere you go. I don't have the stats, but I would say pretty much anywhere you go, any big city in America and all of this. There's glasses pretty much everywhere you go. So it's like that is the main issue. Is like actually wanting to do it.
Yeah, but I still think it's like it's the thing around what you're saying of like having to make it a vanity thing for everybody to raise the awareness, because right now there's so much awareness around water and brand, but less about how to actually drink it. Who's the really tall, like lengthy dude who was dating like Kim Kardashian for a while, and he just got all his tattoos removed?
Oh, Pete Davidson?
Yeah. He
dated Kim Kardashian, and he's dated everybody.
It's the only one that comes to mind. But some other actor came up to him and was like, dude, like, you look great. What do you do? And he lied in the moment. He was like, I do 200 push-ups a day. And then that other actor was doing 200 push-ups a day. So it's like,
he didn't date Kim Kardashian.
No. But it's like,
he actually was. Pete Davidson was in a Smart Water campaign, I'm pretty sure.
That's right. But like, the idea though of creating more topical awareness around actual water intake. Like if someone was like on the red carpet, like, you look great. Like, what have you been doing?
Oh,
and
yeah.
like,
That's
I've been
interesting.
drinking water.
That's it.
That's
Yeah.
it.
That's
They're like,
your
that's it.
influencer
It's like
strategy.
Yeah, that's interesting.
10 ounces a day. Drink it every morning.
But this is this is a challenge about, because I know you disagree, so I want to push that button. It's a challenge about getting people to want it. That's what it's solving.
No, I want to go back to
agree
that.
with you. Want of the behavior.
Behavior.
I was buying Roman's thought on, if people want, they will, in the context of water, and you seem to disagree. And I want to hear
so
your
let me
angle.
be clear. I don't disagree that it would help the cause to make more people want to drink water.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I think that can only help. You're getting people further down
totally.
the path to purchase here, if you will. But anything that requires behavior change is hard. Like it's true that the barriers are almost non-existent here. Like, and that is often an issue when you're trying to create behavior change. It's like the ease is here, but like there are so many people, and I guess I'll say anecdotally that I've heard in my life, who are like, I'm going to try to drink more water. I really need to start drinking more water. Like, so many people know that, but then habit is so hard to break. And I think what's hard is, back to what you said at the beginning, it's not like if you don't drink water, you're in a liquid deficit. So it's really easy.
There's
Even if
nothing
you want it, I still
It's
think,
banal.
I don't think that it,
but it's
that
not
means that
comparable to any other behavior, because the gap between want and action in any other thing is more complicated. Like getting to exercising, it requires effort. Getting to cut sugar.
I know. I think it's bizarre.
It requires to control an addiction.
There's a bit of a full circle moment, I think, happening a little bit too, which is that if you are suddenly a person who's like, I need to drink more water, if you went to that exact same person and said, cool, pull it from your tap, they'd be like, well, not that kind of water.
I need or I want.
I don't think that's what it is?
First of all.
I
These are
don't
two
think
very
so.
different things.
Okay.
I need to do something and I want to do something are very, very different things. Because like needing it must be like, yeah, I mean, people tell me I need to, but am I convinced I really need to the point that I want to do it?
Mm-hmm.
To me, that is a difference. And in all other behavior change, everything's really hard.
Yeah.
This one,
it's pretty easy.
I know.
I think
I'm
it's
not
really interesting.
that's exactly it.
Because there's always a gap between want and will. Always.
Yeah.
But what is between those changes, and what you're saying is that most of the time, the gap between want and will is there's some level of effort that makes that gap very far from each other.
More difficult.
More difficult.
Yeah.
Whether it is physical, emotional, or
Access,
like logistical, like anything,
Yeah.
right? But with this, it's so small, and yet we don't do it.
That's exactly what I agree with.
But I think that's also a big sort of identifier of the issue too, right?
Yes.
It's what we've been saying. There's no tension there.
Yeah.
And there's no immediate, like acute, like you feel a little thirsty, and of course there's effects happening in your body, but there's nothing like, oh, I'm fucked, I didn't drink enough water.
Yeah.
Exactly.
It's why I think the small steps in this one
I agree with
is
that.
easier than any other. Because the small steps in like, I got to work out upper body. Okay, I'm going to do even just doing like 5 push-ups every morning from zero. This requires effort.
Yeah.
Even if it's like
true.
tiny
It's
steps.
true.
Like having, it's almost about a lot of people who carry around bottles of water and actually change behavior through doing it say, it's just that it's in front of me.
Yeah.
Most people except Jesse. And so maybe that's a thing too. How do you put water in front of people? How do you have like in offices, everybody has like a small glass, not a big one.
But the water cooler did that. Like
it did it, but it doesn't anymore. Does it?
Because everyone carries their Stanley in now. And apparently that's not even working either.
But maybe like you show up and you have a little glass of water and then a jug of tap water, and then you can just pour it. I don't know. Just make water visible everywhere.
Okay.
I'd be curious. Go ahead.
Is loneliness tied?
Oh God.
Let's go.
What?
The water epidemic.
Yeah. Because in a lot of circumstances where we drink a lot of water, the water cooler at work, it was a way to escape working alone. And you could go chat and you're like, I'm not.
Cigarette break for non-smokers.
Exactly. Yeah. You drink a lot of water when you're at a restaurant with other people. You don't drink as much water when you're just eating takeout alone at home. You drink lots of liquid, bars, all these things. So is there like we're not out socializing as much, so we're not drinking as much water.
I think what you're suggesting is for the significant office, we put a ban on personal water carriers.
Yes.
We have a water cooler.
Yes.
And we have those tiny little cone cups.
Yes.
As a means to increase socialization, and small cups to increase consumption as triggering the achievement.
Yeah, but replace the cone paper cups with something more sustainable.
No.
Everybody has their own cup that they keep on their desk.
Yeah.
And they have to wash.
See, I
Your own little metal cup.
I thought you were going to say every desk has its own personal water fountain, just because I think that would be hilarious.
Yeah, but then we won't drink it, is what I'm saying.
We
you know
wouldn't
what I mean?
drink it.
Because then it's the same as the water bottle.
Make water social.
There's
Make water
something
social.
because we're
Okay, make water
we're
social.
weird, anxious humans, and we're always looking for something to do, and we're socializing, and like you end up
It is true.
drinking
Just make
more.
sure the meeting's
yeah.
of 50 minutes, so I have 10 minutes every hour to
Yeah.
I also can't
To go
tell
get
if
my
if
That's one of
that
the
would
reasons I
make
hate
it
drinking
if that would
water.
solve the lonely crisis more than the water consumption crisis.
Two birds, one stone. I'll say it again. And let's crack it.
Yeah.
Your mom and the loneliness epidemic.
That sounds like one of the best insults ever.
That's going to be put out as a clip, and people aren't going to understand the context.
Yeah. Your mom and the loneliness epidemic.
Last
cool.
5 minutes. We're getting close. Come on. Any
I mean, I
last
think we have
hot
a
takes
lot
here?
of ideas. I actually made drinking water a New Year's resolution this year.
How you doing?
I haven't seen you
Terrible.
had any water.
I
since
haven't.
we've been
Really?
here.
Honestly?
I could not tell you the last time I drank water. I
Don't
think
beat yourself up. It's Jan 14th. You can still do
I'm
it.
not giving up. I think I had water yesterday morning.
I think I had water. That sentence sounds insane.
I know.
I think I had water yesterday morning.
So you asked how I'm doing.
Yeah. Okay. Fair enough. Yeah.
That's how I'm doing.
Yeah.
You should just go get an IV.
Well, that's actually cool. That's a good idea.
IV culture?
People are
It's a
super
thing.
into IV
You
I've only
also
ever
culture.
gotten when I'm hungover.
Wait.
You
I
need-
wouldn't call
you
it
need-
cool. Like, can we just define cool?
Okay,
I also
sorry.
called it culture. I don't think it's a culture.
That's a vibe. That's an option.
Oh yeah, I'm so
Yeah.
cool that I don't drink water. I need to get my
Okay, I'm
hydration
sorry.
through an IV.
We
Like,
okay. Time
you wanna
out.
know something I heard about IVs, though?
Time out. We talked about.
Yes.
We talked about.
I'm sorry, Jesse.
I'm timed out. Go ahead.
So I know what I heard.
Oh boy.
So people I know in the medical industry is that
Some people
doctors
like
and nurses when they've bit off more than they could chew one night, they are quite known for going in to grab an IV bag and get themselves going before a 12-hour shift sort of thing. So
Totally.
yeah.
Okay, so
That's why it's a
significant.
business for
There's places
hungover
everywhere
people.
that
Yeah.
you can.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
But
Sorry,
there's-
I
okay.
thought that was cooler. I guess that's like old
No,
news. I
you let me
apologize.
down.
Yeah. Okay. So back to what I was saying. Well, oxygen bars was like a weird thing that people
Oh,
got
God.
into. So
Dumbest
like,
idea ever.
why
Dumbest
can't-
idea ever.
Why
Right.
can't?
Colorado.
Yeah, but I'm just
Yeah.
saying, like maybe that is maybe
Well,
hydration bars.
Sorry, in LA there is water sommeliers.
Yes,
yeah.
I've seen that.
Yeah.
Which also makes me want to puke in my mouth a little.
Mhm.
That would
But-
dehydrate you.
Well, because I think it's the opposite problem. I think
Yeah.
it's the opposite. I think it's it creates
Yeah.
the problem we're talking about, which
A
is
bigger gap.
when you start to make levels of water, it just
PG.
stops. Yeah, when you stop, it stops people from drinking water.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Just make tap water cool again.
I think that's it.
Just like
Yeah.
Okay.
tap
Have you
water.
guys ever had?
We all grew up on tap
No,
water.
I didn't. Have you
Yeah,
ever?
that's the problem.
Have you ever
Hey,
had?
doctor,
Wait,
can
wait.
Make
you
it
just make sure you
nostalgic.
and
fix
you
that?
drink the least water.
Okay. Have you ever? Have you ever had well water?
No.
I grew up on well water.
Oh, that's cool. Okay.
And it
Okay, you
is
win.
That's a level up. Yeah.
delicious.
Yeah.
Well, this
right.
is going. This is almost
All
going
right,
an
all
hour
the
back.
hipsters are going to be digging wells. in their
No,
backyard.
but this is going an hour back when we were talking about wellness culture. I think wellness culture made water really weird because when everyone went to that like return to earth sort of moment in wellness culture, there was this real like sort of this water came from a volcanic spring that was, you know what I mean?
Dude,
And
it's all water marketing outside of the US is that.
Bullshit.
is it?
It's just that. And it's not necessarily bullshit because it's not filtered water. It's actual mineral water. Like I realized moving to
I
the
see what you're
US,
saying. Yeah.
that water,
Interesting.
that like the Sunny to me was an abomination the first time I tried it. I was
'Cause
like,
it was
what
a-
is this? And it's actually the water they
It's
use
just
for Coke.
tap water filtered.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But in Europe, with the Alps in the middle, they're like, and when I
That's
moved
where you
here,
get
it's
the best
something I
water.
investigated. I was like, why don't you have
Yeah.
more mineral water with the amount of mountains and everything,
Totally.
the richness of the American territory? It's insane. And you just have
Okay.
a few brands.
Quick
You do have some.
hot take. Worst bottled water, best bottled water.
Oh, I'm too
I
bougie
don't
on
drink
this.
bottled water. I know that's
Okay.
a weird thing.
Okay, I can go. Worst, anything that like the Sani and equivalent, and best. I could name you like 3 or 4 European mineral waters that I love.
Classic.
Yeah, bougie, of course, but they really cost less than a smart water.
Yeah. Okay, fair
Is-
enough.
We're at an hour.
Oh,
You
Save
got
it
to
well.
answer. We got the timer, but you got to answer.
I don't know. I like all bottled water because it just gets me to drink it. That's it.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
You?
I think Evian's the worst. It tastes like oil to me.
Really?
Yeah, it's the minerals.
I like smart water.
You don't care.
I don't like
I
it.
can't. No.
Out of a
honestly
can, I really don't like it. I cannot drink it out of a can.
I agree.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sparkling, but like pure still water.
We
or-
should- we didn't even
I
talk about
drink- I
liquid
drink
death.
tap water all
No.
day. I
Can't
do
believe-
not care.
Yeah.
Can't believe we didn't
Yeah,
talk
we
about
didn't
liquid.
even talk about liquid death. That's insane.
What a wild
Because
episode.
it wasn't a way to get more people to drink water. It was just
It's
a
just the thing that's
beautiful
happening.
marketing
Yeah.
tool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. What
Okay.
happened in the last hour?
Okay, I'm gonna fill in the gaps. Here we go.
Well,
Because
good
I'm sure
luck.
there are some. I think very quickly, Jesse said, "Easy, make people thirsty again."
Yeah.
That was
So
where we
good.
started. And then we had a conversation about getting people addicted to show the withdrawal. Like just sort of like, how do we get people to start trying things? We talked about how do you badge it and how do you measure it? And we kind of agreed that that would just lead to a short-term spike, probably not a long-term thing. How do you make water hot led to, I think, what was actually sort of the bigger breakthrough, which was this idea of have you been drinking water? As sort of like an external way that we called it the got milk of water at one point. When we started talking about, does it need to be external? Biz, you had a great line, which was, we're in a deficit of interesting with water and we need to shoot it up, which I was like, it's a good line.
I'll see myself out.
Small glasses make a big difference.
Ooh, good line.
On the table, make small glasses. Don't make giant glasses, because when you have small glasses, there's a sense of accomplishment, and also people drink them more. Small steps, small quantities, gamification, all of that sort of stuff started to happen. And then we started talking about, what if we did a subscription to daily water?
Yeah,
What
like
could we
that.
do with that? Could that be something interesting? And then we had a long conversation about the difference between the I want and the I will gap. Usually kind of that behavior being more difficult, which in this instance, kind of conversely, because the gap was small, it actually made it tougher to talk about. I think I covered it all, but
Fabulous
stop me if you
recap.
disagree.
It's great.
Really good.
Yeah.
So I'll
Bravo.
start. Biz, did we crack it?
Yeah, because it's my idea. Of course, got to stand by it.
Wonderful.
No, I think it's a start, though. I think it's everything we've been talking about, though, which is like, how do you put the behavior at the center of culture and as a topic that is enticing, not just a brand.
Yeah.
And I think that's sort of the next step that needs to happen is not being attached to the bottle, but actually the content in the bottle. But yeah, I don't know. We'll see.
I'll just keep going around. Jesse, did we crack it?
Yeah, because it was Biz's idea and I'm ride or die. But no,
Oh, yeah.
I think I think that there's a lot of ideas that we talked about that I genuinely believe in. I think I don't know which one would work the best or the fastest necessarily, but I believe in all of them at like a foundational level. So I think there's a lot on the table there.
Roman, did we crack it?
Yeah, I agree. I think there's a lot of really good material. Anything, it's like, it really reminds me of the sleep episode. It's like, and because we didn't talk about it explicitly, but I think we forced ourselves not to turn this into a brand or a product.
Yeah.
And like the sleep thing, it's like, it is kind of like something you need to do to like be a functioning human. And these are like the hard ones to crack, generally speaking. But I'll say like, shout out to Jan Caligiris, Diamond in the Rough.
I'm going to say we cracked it as well. And I think it was our first time we cracked it.
Oh my
God. Cheers to that, everybody. Too bad it's not water. Still hydrates. But still hydrates. And thank you all for listening and watching. And we'll see you, or hopefully you'll hear us next time on another episode of Crack It in an Hour. Goodbye.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you for listening to another episode of Crack It in an Hour. If you like the show, please don't forget to rate, review, and subscribe wherever you listen. If you have questions, thoughts, or feedback, shoot us an email at hello@crackitpodcast.com or on Instagram @crackitpodcast. Music done by Michael Anastasi, cover art shot by Mick Mint, and all things audio and video taken care of by Nathan Nash. See you next time.